Hello, everybody. God, that face.
What the fuck?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the For the Geeks podcast for Sunday, March 23rd. This is episode 31. I am one of your hosts, Jonathan Miranda. This right here is my fluffy cousin, Chris Seger.
Bitch, Fluffy. What's up, asshole?
We are back with another packed episode with all sorts of cool fun stuff. Let's see here, man. It's been a long week. I didn't even realize the week went by, to be honest. I fucking just blacked out, not gonna lie to you. The week has been busy as shit.
Okay.
I mean, it hasn't even like really been busy. It's just like I feel like it went by so suddenly and like uneventfully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weeks that just like go by and you're trying to figure out like what you did, but you can't really put anything specific together, and you're just like, I know I did things and I know things are done, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm the same. Yeah.
I was just saying, you having trouble there?
No, I had to adjust the microphone in my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, just
so you don't remember anything?
That shit.
Okay.
I mean, I remember stuff, but like,
you went to a show yesterday?
I did go to a show. I got to see Ganja White Night. I went to,
and he did some
stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
It was a good show. I enjoyed it. Ganja White Night was as fun as I expected it to be.
Well, that's good.
I like to see Boogie T too, and I really like both of them. So a little bit of reggae, a little bit of dub, lots of dubstep. It was a fun time.
Sick.
Yeah. I was there and I drank a bit before, but then I was like hungry because like halfway through the night I was like, I only ate like breakfast. Like yesterday when we were doing the D&D thing and
that's
doing
all
our
you
session
ate?
0, I had like a bowl of rice and chicken and a Pop-Tart.
Damn, bro.
And then I went to the show. I had some drinks. We pre-gamed with our friends and did all sorts of stuff. And then I got inside, had more drinks, and like by like the second to last set at Boogie T, I was like, dude, I'm fucking hungry. So I like went out of the crowd and I was like sitting there. I was like, I had a cigarette real quick and I was just waiting and I was just watching from the back and I was like, I smell the food. Nah, I gotta fucking eat. So I went and got these like bulgogi fries. They came with like a scoop of rice, mac salad, and obviously fries with bulgogi on top.
Salad.
Oh, they were so fucking good, dude.
I've never had that before.
Mac salad was actually pretty fucking good.
Who the hell eats macaroni salad? That's fucking nasty.
It's the Hawaiian one.
I've never had that.
The one,
so never.
Dude, Hawaiian barbecue mac salad is.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay.
Dude.
Okay, no, see, I don't eat that either.
But that shit was good. It was really fucking good. But yeah, I had a good time.
That's good.
A lot of good vibes, a lot of cool people I met, and really enjoyed the night.
Nice.
Other than that, I've done other stuff, but while I try to remember, what have you been up to this week?
Well, let's see. Yesterday, I didn't catch it, but I had to catch it this morning, was a world championship fight for Muay Thai fighters in Japan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There was some of the favorites were Tawanchai. He was fighting this like Thai people are fucking short as hell. They're like 5'4". He was fighting a 6'2" kid or whatever. He was super tall. And that actually no wait, yeah, that was Super Lek. It was Super Lek was fighting him. He lost, but he also didn't make hydration. He met weight. He didn't make hydration, so he lost his title for the bantamweight world champion in Muay Thai, which sucks. But like, dude, I guess he didn't really give a shit or something.
Fight to fight.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Tawanchai lost as well. But Rod Tang fought. This was the main card of the entire night. He fought Takeru, and he whooped Takeru, and he fucking got a TKO. He punt because Rod Tang loves boxing. Takeru was trying to kick the shit out of him, and he wasn't having any of that. For those of you who don't know Muay Thai, Rod Tang, his nickname is Iron Man. You can punch him as hard as you want in the face. This dude does not go down. He will stand there, laugh at you, taunt you like this with his hands, like come here, and he'll stick his tongue out, and it doesn't bother him. He's got He's called Iron Man for a reason. He doesn't fall down no matter how hard you hit him in the face.
Perfect jawline.
Yeah.
He just grits his teeth and fucking shockproof.
Yeah, so he started boxing Takeru, and he landed a big-ass fucking smash to his head. Takeru just fell down. He's like, no, I can't get up. Like, damn. It was beautiful. I need to watch, like, all the fights, because there were apparently, like, 12 cards for the night. It went for like 4 hours, and my trainer was texting me at like 3 a.m. like, bitch, I am asleep. Leave me alone.
Man, you weren't even doing anything. You could have done it.
I need to. If I don't go to sleep by midnight, I will still wake up at 7 a.m. If I go to sleep at 3, I'll wake up at 7 because my circadian rhythm's fucked. It doesn't matter how unless I'm like
your circadian rhythm's fucked. My circadian rhythm's fucked. I
That's
went
true.
to sleep at fucking 7.
That's terrible.
Woke my ass up at 1.
Well,
some days I go to sleep at 12 and I wake up at fucking 8.
If I'm exhausted, then I can go to sleep because I can't even take naps. My ADHD prevents me from taking naps. But anyway, so I watched that. I got some new figures. I got Kaldor Drago from Joy Toy, the Warhammer 40,000 Supreme Grandmaster of the Grey Knights, who's a meme. I got some booby girls that I'm not going to show on stream. Good figures. Oh. I got a bootleg from AliExpress Spider-Man toy, and I definitely could tell he's bootleg because the faces are ugly. So I keep the mask on his head, but the lining of the spider lines on his mask, they're not center. But I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's $20. I got Vegito Super Saiyan 4. I just decided to fucking buy it because if I were to buy, it's a discontinued figure. If I were to buy it from any other outlet other than Mercari, it would have cost me like $250. So this guy was selling it for $100, so I only paid like $120 plus shipping and whatever. So it's good. What else happened to me? I witnessed a shoplifting a couple nights ago as I was exiting the supermarket.
Interesting.
I was walking out, and there were these two kids with broccoli hair, and they were wearing hoodies, and they were power walking out, and I'm like, why are these guys walking so fast? And I looked at their stomachs. They were box-shaped, and I'm like, oh, they're stealing booze. Okay. And then they got to the curb right in front of the store, hopped in a getaway car, and went off. The alarm didn't go off because they ripped the fucking barcodes off the boxes. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything or do anything because I don't give a shit about corporations. This isn't my problem.
The alcohol is easy to steal. There's nothing on it to prevent it from being stolen. There's no fucking tags on them.
Plus, it's out in the open. It's like right there. It was literally the first aisle in front of the door was the alcohol aisle.
Coming from a allegedly previous person of this descent, you know that barcodes don't do shit for fucking security, right?
Descent? What do you mean descent? You're Indian?
Barcodes don't do anything. Barcodes are literally just for scanning objects.
Yeah, to
find
log,
a price.
Or to log information.
Find a price and log information for the systems. Those barcodes do not set off any alarms whatsoever.
Yeah, but they're scanned to be like this was purchased. So if they're not scanned, they don't go through the thing.
No, it doesn't work that way. Barcodes don't get scanned that way.
Then how does it get sent off?
That's what I'm saying. The reason people steal alcohol so much is because it isn't protected that way. You know what they put the actual sensors on? The expensive shit. Like the electronics. Like fucking like all of these small jewelry things. Like they put it on things that are a lot more difficult, or like even on pants. Those big tags you see on them with little like pops that you have to kind of pop off with like rubber bands or something.
Yeah.
Not that I would know from experience.
Rubber band? I didn't know you could do that. What the fuck?
Those are like ink things. So like if you do it wrong, you pop ink on it and then obviously it's ruined. But there are sensors that get placed on like on the legs of pants and things like that. These big like bulky things. Those are the things that set off those like store alarms. Same thing with like medicine, like in boxes and stuff. There's little tabs on the inside, little like
rectangular ones. Yeah,
little rectangular protrusions. Those things are the sensors. That's what sets off the alarm, not your barcodes.
Okay, well, whatever.
Not that I'm encouraging anybody to go do this or giving you information on how to perform this correctly.
No, I don't care about that. But anyway, I witnessed that and it was fucking weird because I've never seen like a crime in front of my face before. This is not something that happens, especially at Vaughn's. primarily a certain group of normal people shop at Vaughn's. I don't need to mention who.
Vaughn's is ghetto too.
It's not my fucking city. It's the normalest store out there. The fuck? I have a nice city. It's not like fucking Albertsons and shit or Kroger, whatever, which is the other company. But anyway, so I witnessed that. I watched some documentary guy on YouTube. His name is Ruhi Sinet. He's a Turkish guy. He makes these short videos. Yeah. But this dude risks his fucking life. He went to, first of all, he went to El Salvador. The most recent video, he went to El Salvador to visit the world's most secure prison. And all the criminals in there are, they're fucked. They're there forever, which is why El Salvador is safe now, because they've been all plucked off the street and tossed in this maximum security prison. Like, it's so secure and so boring. These people are stuck there for life, and they're fucked. He's gone to the world's most dangerous road, which connects Pakistan to China. And the purpose of going there is to see this luscious forest, although he picked the wrong time to do it because it was just covered with, like, rain clouds and shit. But it's so dangerous, it can only fit, like, one car, and if anything goes wrong, like there's constant landslides or rocks falling, you'll die, and you're fucked. He's gone to the Lut Desert, which is the hottest place on the planet. And it's so hot there, it melts the rubber off your shoes. It makes you constantly dehydrated, no matter how much water you drink. He's gone to the place where they make mad honey, and he was advised to eat a spoonful of mad honey, but this dude took like a cup worth of mad honey, and he started tripping. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Or some of these things these document people are dumb, because they're advised to do things and then they don't do it just so they can generate a warning. Like, when he was talking about, I need to have all of my body needs to be covered when I'm out here in the Lut Desert because it's 152 degrees Fahrenheit, or otherwise I'm going to get immediate sunburn. This dude was saying this, and the audio overlaid a shot of him with his hat off and his head exposed. And he's like, yeah, look right here at my ear. It's already burning. What are you doing? You're going to lose you're going to get cancer because you're not following your own rules. I don't get that shit.
They're giving you the advisement of, look, this is what it is, and just for proof, here is like,
you can't take the proof of the warning that it was given to you. You need to prove it yourself.
There's always people, no matter what you do and no matter where you go, that aren't going to believe word of mouth stuff. You need to give them physical evidence.
He did the same thing. He did the same thing in the coldest city on the planet, Yakutia. And it's minus 92 degrees, and he took his hat off and he went sledding, and he got frostbite on his ear because he took his hat off. And he's like, yeah, don't do this. Obviously, don't do this. You're going to get frostbite if it's minus 92 degrees, you fucking idiot. That doesn't make any sense.
Never know. People don't always,
People are dumb.
But
his stuff is interesting. I think the most interesting ones to me were, like, he went to the fattest country in the world, and they're fat because there's too much phosphorus in the ground for crops to grow, so everything has to be imported, and everything that gets imported a lot is like food that's banned from America. So, like, all the stuff that we ban just goes right there. Lots of heavily processed shit. They eat it. Crazy shit like that. He went to this. There's a whole lot of stuff that's cool. And then the last thing I did was I reinstalled Quake Champions. I decided to play. For those of you who don't know, it's part of this genre now. It's called a boomer shooter, which is like FPS games from the 90s. Run and gun shooters. You can't regenerate health. You have to pick up health. You can't reload ammo. You have to go find ammo on the map. And what's special and why I like these games, true arena shooters. What I like about
talk to them about their real name.
What I like about these is that it's not so much about aiming and accuracy. It's about bullet placement or laser placement, because you're constantly jumping and moving. You're not standing still like other games where you're camping. You have to know where the other player is going to be, and you shoot there, kind of like how snipers do it.
Wouldn't that be accuracy? Just saying.
No, because you also have to be moving. Everyone has to be moving, so you follow the movement. It's not so much like I can stand here and just bang, 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 like in Call of Duty. I'm moving, everyone's jumping around.
I get the placement in terms of like their self, but I still feel like the aiming portion of it is still, if anything, more about accuracy than it is about your placement.
No, shut up. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. I got fucking schooled, obviously, and I Googled, I'm like, why am I bad at this? And like, it's not just you. These people have been playing this shit since Quake 3. I'm like, I never played Quake 3 Arena, so that's probably why. I went to Unreal Tournament, and I was good at Unreal Tournament, but the games are similar, but I lost my peak a long time ago. I can get it back, but I have way more fun in that than any other FPS game. And if I could make my own video game, I would make a fucking arena shooter like Unreal Tournament. It'd be fucking sick. But yeah, that's all I did this week. Yeah, still watching Daredevil.
Oh, nice. You know what I miss is that there used to be this show on Tech TV. For those of you who don't remember what it was before it was G4. There's this one show where they had like the tournament thing. Like it was like the teams. They got teams together and they played like
tribes and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really fucking cool. I remember every time they'd always default to Unreal Tournament.
It was called it was called Arena. Yeah.
Was it called Arena?
It was called Tech TV Arena. I would watch that at night and be like, wow, I wish I was this good to be on TV to play like these guys. Cool. It was so sick.
It was super fucking cool. That's always what I remember about Unreal Tournament. I had it and I played it too. I just at the time didn't have like a very good PC, and like the other times I did play it, it was like console one or console ports.
Right,
they weren't that great. But like I remember playing Unreal Tournament that way and and playing it because of that, and just thinking, damn, this is super fucking cool.
That's why I like it.
I feel like Unreal Tournament and Quake were like the kings of the arena shooters.
Yeah, because there wasn't any other. I mean, there was Tribes, but it wasn't on. It was like tier 1 and 2 was like Unreal and Quake. Below that would be Tribes, in my opinion. But I know Tribes came back with like, I think it was like called Tribes Ascend, but I guess they fucked it over so badly that it failed, and it was free to play too, so that didn't really help them. So I was disappointed because I was really excited. I'm like, oh, I can finally play Tribes because I never played the original, and it failed. I'm like, well, never mind. I don't want to play this anymore. So at least like a couple hundred people still play Quake Champions, or if you don't want to play that, you could play Quake Live, which is basically Quake 3 Arena, just called Quake Live. It's $10, and that's also has about a couple hundred players that play it every day. It's easy to find a match. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoy playing that.
Nice. Let's see here. So let's get into some other stuff real quick. Yeah. Because I can't remember the fuck I did this week. I'm telling you, dude. I like straight just clocked out. I had to have been on some nasty autopilot this week. I don't know what it was.
That's
especially like the last few days of the week. Like I was just like not having it mentally.
We did again, viewers and listeners that don't know, if you're new, we we're starting up again a D&D campaign that I stream every Saturday. We didn't stream it yesterday because it was our session 0, which basically was getting used to the new D&D 5.5 module, which has a bunch
of like really getting used to it. All we did was create our classes, create our characters
again,
and get our actors set up in the world.
Yeah,
it's because originally I thought we were going to run it off of my computer, and I was going to host, and then Brooks was just going to run it as the GM from there.
How the fuck would you do that?
Easily. It's super easy to do. That's why it was the idea at first, because his internet was, it wasn't as dependable at his house. But then his mom said he could go to her house and this and that. So
that's nice.
That's why he switched over and said, I'll run Foundry on my side then instead.
But I
have a little bit of a lag issue, but it's not so much that I don't have that I really like care.
The main issue is Jack needs to fucking fix his computer.
Yeah,
does he listen to this? I don't know
Saturday.
if he listens to this.
He might stop by every once.
Fucking fix your computer.
But he's got a week to get it fixed. I'm sure I will bug him more this week to see if he can get it. Just have like, tell your brother you need it for this weekend because we're doing something big.
Yeah,
and he might be able to get it. But
yeah, main point. Sorry, go.
His brother's busy too, so I get it. Yeah, but
fair enough. Main point is it's a new campaign. It's completely homebrew. It doesn't mean homebrew. For those of you who don't know, means it's pulled out of your ass. You make it up completely. So Brooks created this entirely
custom created is the word we like to use.
Whatever,
not pulled out of our
phrase,
ass.
Not custom. Whatever. I'm Seger. I'd say what I want. Yep. I don't know where my train of thought went.
Don't have a fucking stroke.
I don't have those. But I'm excited because I'm playing a brand new character and I created a voice for it. I don't know if John, did you make a voice for your character?
I've been practicing. It's hard to do a girl voice.
Yeah,
Really, really fucking
I
hard.
mean, yeah, that's what voice changers are for. If you don't want to do that too, so that
I don't want to do that much,
Okay,
but
fair enough. But yeah,
I
I'm
mean, maybe I
excited.
could. I'll
It'll be
think about it. I'll
cool.
look at it this week and see how it works.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of got like the accent for her down. I just haven't like fully formed like what I think her voice should sound like yet. So I'm getting there with her, but I'm super excited to play her. She's very cool. She's very a very like Dune style Witcher inspired character. So I'm very excited to see how she turns out.
Okay. And my character's very neutral. He's not, even though you said he's edgy, he looks edgy. He doesn't care about a lot of things. He's just very, I don't need
That's
to do
pretty
that.
fucking edgy.
No, it isn't. It has nothing to do with being edgy.
Care about anything.
No, being neutral doesn't make you edgy. Being neutral is just neutral. The color gray is neutral. This isn't edgy. Black is edgy. The fuck? Batman is edgy. And he cares about a lot of things, so shut up. Anyway.
Edge Lord. Anyways.
He's not an Ed Lord. Main topics for today.
Well, let's see. Let's bounce around a little bit of news and stuff. There was a few things that looks like.
The news. I went over.
Nothing too crazy though, but we can cover it real quick. It shouldn't be too long.
Yeah.
It's mostly all like TV stuff.
Yeah.
So this week we got a ballerina trailer.
Oh hell yeah!
For Trigun Stargaze.
I'm excited.
And we got what was it? The Kaiju #8 season 2 trailer.
Fuck
so
yeah!
Let's start with the animes. I haven't watched Kaiju #8 yet.
I won't say anything.
So it
looks good.
I have no idea about the hype. It's got hype.
You gotta watch it because it's. I know you usually listen to my recommendations because I'm good with recommendations, as you told me. This is so good. I watched it in one sitting on a Sunday because my friend told me to watch it, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll finally watch it. I watched the first episode. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Wait. What happens? What? And after 6 hours go by, I'm like, fuck, I finished it already, and I had to go to bed.
I feel like it just strikes me as like another like Attack on Titan type.
It's not
like anime, not in the sense of like grand scheme or darkness or whatever, but like it just like it's a fucking person in a flesh mech again, sort of thing.
I can't explain why, but it's not.
In the most basic of terms, it is essentially a flesh mech anime.
That's
all I see.
But it's not. It's not even a mech. It's like his DNA completely changes. It's not.
No, it's not a mech, but
yeah, it's not.
That's what it strikes me as. So maybe I'll take some time this coming weekend to give it a watch before the next episode we record, so I can give real thoughts on it. But the trailer looks cool. The story itself and premise of it looks interesting.
It is good because it originally
kind of interested.
Starts off with like the basic people. Again, this isn't the spoilers; this is general stuff. Basic people who are like, oh, they have to clean. Like you have to clean up after the damage, that kaiju's create. So that's where the story begins. I'm like, oh, I never actually thought about that kind of thing. I've just seen that in like the Pacific Rim movies where there's like cleanup crews and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really good. I like that one. Trigun Stargate. I need to watch I need to watch Trigun Stampede because.
Well, there you go.
I got halfway through it. I really liked it, but I got distracted by something and I just forgot the story. So I'm going to rewatch from the beginning again once I finish other shows, and I'll catch up to that eventually.
So my problem with Trigun Stampede originally was that in my mind, even though it was previewed and marketed as an adaptation, I was of the hopeful party that we were just going to get a couple of character redesigns or something, and then we would get the actual manga story. We were going to get like a Trigun's version of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We did not get that. We didn't get that in the fucking closest scheme possible at all. It was so different than any media has put out of Trigun so far. But it took me a couple episodes. I watched the first episode. I was like immediately bummed out. I was just like, damn, y'all killed me with this. This is one of my favorite series.
It is. Yeah.
And then second episode came and I was like, okay, it's not so bad. You know, the animation's pretty good for its CGI cell shade.
I like it.
I was like, compared to like other ones, it's very smooth, looks anime like still. I that's not bad. Third episode, fourth episode come by. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm hooked. I'm a little hooked. Fuck it. Let me see it through. And then I watched the whole thing and I was just like, okay, not bad. It grew on me eventually, but I'm still here waiting for a true rendition anime, but
it's probably never going to happen. Just like other ones like Trinity Blood. Like, it's never going to continue.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, God damn it. There's so much gold out there and it's not touched.
I'm excited. I want to see how it continues and how Stargaze goes. It should be pretty cool. The key visual they gave us for it showed a Vash that looks like the Trigun Maximum Vash. So that kind of like, you know, his signature spiky hair,
all red outfit.
Yeah, all red outfit like that. Like that key visual gives me hope. So I am waiting to see how it all turns out, but I will watch it just to finish it out.
Okay.
But the one trailer that I did get super excited for actually is Ballerina.
Oh God, hell yeah, dude! That's one movie universe that doesn't have any L's, which is hard to do this day and age in Hollywood. Is constantly make great sequels for a series or whatever. And this, I don't know anything.
More of a spin-off on this one.
Although, actually, wait, I don't know if this is an L. Maybe it's more like a lesser L, The Continental. I didn't watch it, but I heard it wasn't as great as it could have been. I
mean, depends on what the actual reviews were.
I don't remember. I didn't give it much attention because I wasn't interested in watching a prequel story about The Continental. Yeah. But Ballerina looks fucking amazing. And yeah just seeing Keanu Reeves in the trailer again, I'm like, oh, shit. She's probably going to die. Probably going to die. And this definitely I think it takes place between, I think this takes place, why'd you put the 4 there? 2 and 3 and 4? But then he's following the rules. He already broke the rules in a previous movie.
He's not necessarily following the rules. What he's doing is for those of you who may or may not have watched the John Wick movies by now, essentially John Wick does some things and breaks some rules, and then he gets kicked out of the society or whatever have you. And so he leaves. He goes into hiding. When he goes into hiding, he goes back to his original family, like his actual family.
Oh yeah.
When he goes back to his actual family, they take him in and kind of run him through a what do you call it? They run him through like a redemption program in a sense. Kind of give him like a safe haven and a place to be while also offering him work and giving him something to do while protecting him from everyone else.
Yeah.
And it kind of like brings him back into neutral standing, I would say. But basically the thing is about it is they're doing the high table of favor sort of thing. So like in the trailer, you see his mom talking on the phone. She's like, we could send someone to solve this for you. And then everyone's like, Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga, you know?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. You're right.
But like, so basically it is just them being like, oh, we're one of the families, we do our own thing, but you know, you want some help? I give you help.
Yeah. And
so they send John Wick to take care of some stuff. And it looks like it's going to turn out to be really fucking cool. I don't know how Anna de Armas's fucking character is going to survive this, but I'm super excited to kind of see how it happens.
We'll see.
She might. You never know. John Wick is famously known for sparing people who are fucking good people.
That's true.
In that sense.
That's true.
He murders the shit out of his enemies, but if for some reason they turn and say make a change of heart, like legitimately, he typically gives them the out option for it.
Yeah.
But like the intro scene for him in this trailer was just epic as shit. Just walking up to her in the snow and just like, they sent you, and he's just like, you can leave. And she's like, no, I can't. And he's like,
hey, rules are rules.
All right. Just like straight up John Wick style, like, okay. Proceeds to fight with his fucking bulletproof jacket.
Right. And of course we also have the John Wick anime that's in production to look forward to. I think that's a prequel to the first movie too. So I'm excited for that one as well. Whenever
kind of more of like his like kind of more of his like early days working with the table.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I can't wait for that too, because I know a lot of people would like to see, like, how did he get to be Baba Yaga? How did he get to be John Wick? You know, that would be nice to see. That I don't care what media it's in, as long as I don't have to read it.
Yeah,
I'd love to just that'll be cool. So Ballerina looks great. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. If you haven't seen the movies, go fucking check it out. I know one person hasn't seen it, and Jose, you need to watch them at some point. But yeah,
let's see.
Assassin's
Xbox.
Creed. Oh,
I
was gonna complain about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Despite
go ahead.
Despite Assassin's Creed Shadows having, they sold 1 million. They have 1 million players, not 1 million copies, 1 million players. I don't know why IGN had to point that out, but it's like, okay, 1 million players.
There's a difference between selling 1 million copies and having 1 million players.
Fair enough. One's a copy, one's a people. But yeah, no, they're 1 million players milestone. Ubisoft is like, yeah, thank you. But then I look at the videos and it looks fucking terrible. Unnecessary romance, and I don't really need to get into, but I made this complaint on my Instagram. I don't like seeing this in Assassin's Creed. Okay, we didn't really have that much romance with Ezio. He's a hoe. Everyone knows he's a playboy, but he wasn't like...
It was the Renaissance. Everyone was having sex.
Everybody was a hoe. But Edward Kenway, there wasn't really any of that. I mean, he was a hoe too, but pirates are hoes. But again, nothing got like intimate. I don't remember any like romantic scenes in the Assassin's Creed games. It was the
pirate age. Everybody was having sex.
Yeah, and that's what people could say about like fucking the Edo period in Japan. They're like, everyone's fucking. And I'm like, I don't care. Yep. I don't want to see romance in Assassin's Creed. It's like Henry Cavill's view on sex scenes in movies. He doesn't do them because there's no point to them being in the movie, which I agree. It doesn't serve any purpose. You can totally do the same thing like I saw in Daredevil between Foggy and Marcy. They were going to fuck. What happens? They go to the bedroom. They shut the door. That's all you need to know. You don't need to see making out. You don't need to see clothes coming off to tell your story. We know what's going to happen. We do that for Assassin's Creed because it's about everything else, not fucking relationships and whatever. I don't care about that. But besides,
just gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah,
everyone wants to see a little skin.
No, not in Assassin's Creed. Cyberpunk, sure,
maybe not in Assassin's Creed, yeah.
But no. And the other thing, like one of the stupidest bugs. Okay, so like Assassin's Creed Shadows, the ninja girl, she's like crouching down out in the forest, hiding from the NPCs. There's no bushes around. The NPCs are looking for her, and she's crouched right in front of them, and they can't see her. Failure on programming and a half right there, because they're right in front of her, and they can't see her. The older games like Thief are the king of stealth games, because you literally had to be hidden in the shadows, or the NPC will see you, and you'll die. That's how hard it was to be playing a stealth game way back when. You don't believe me? Go look at videos of Thief 1 and 2. That shit was hard as fuck. I would know because I would watch my uncle play that shit. And if he stepped 1 centimeter outside of the shadow on the ground, the NPC would be like, ha, I fucking see you. Get over here. But no, they don't do that shit anymore, which is dumb. Or, and then other things in Assassin's Creed Shadows that's just stupid is the fact that Yasuke just rolls every time he jumps from a fucking doing the leap of faith thing. Like, this is just lazy. And then the NPC is like, I meant to do that. No, you didn't. You didn't mean to do that. It was just programmed like that because Ubisoft's fucking lazy. So I don't know. I want another going back to what we were talking about last week. I want another company to take over the Assassin's Creed franchise and make it good again, because this is, from the stuff I'm seeing, despite how positive it is, I've already knocked it down 2 points on a scale of 1 to 10 on just by viewing the shit alone. It's disappointing. They had a gem and they fucked it up. How hard was it to make a good Assassin's Creed game, assassin themed game with ninjas in Japan? How hard was that to get right? And they couldn't get it right. So I don't know. We'll see how much money they lose on this game. I'd be fucking...
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think they'll lose that much money. Obviously, I don't know how much they'll break past their even point, but I know that there are lots of concerns with the current performance of the game in terms of its systems and everything.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I haven't heard anything too bad about it, other than the small things here and there. But
We'll just
like,
have to wait and see. Yeah.
but I love how you're knocking points off of a game that you haven't even played for a review that you probably won't do.
Because it depends. I will do, because I've played all the main Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played except for Mirage, because again, I'm waiting for a sale and I have other games to play. I'm not going to play that yet, but Mirage looks more interesting than Shadows because it goes back to the old formula of a short, concise game, not big open world, and it's straight to the fucking point, which is what made the original fucking first three games really well done with how it was done. And then the open world came along, and I'm like, it's great. We talked about this last week. It's great, but I don't really need it all the time for Assassin's Creed. We can go back to the original formula that worked, and people will like it. But yeah, eventually I'll play Mirage, and then eventually I'll probably play Shadows, because I need to give it a chance, because I really like the Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played any of the side ones. I never played Liberation. I didn't play China or India. I didn't play those ones because I don't care for
China and India, Russia. All those ones were very.
I don't care for the side scrolling. Yeah. I didn't care. I haven't even played the DLC one with Black Flag with the Adewale as the main character for that. I didn't play that one either.
Cool. I played it a long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows for now and what have you.
Well, we'll have to take a look at it at some other time.
Yeah.
When you finally get the game and we can give it actual like thoughts from playing it.
Yeah, in a year or two.
I'm you're literally pushing me down a hole that I have to fucking buy shit for you so you can.
Because I have to beat the games I already have, or I'm never going to do it. I need to finish this.
But we got to start playing games currently.
You can play games currently. I have games. I'm a variety gamer. I play lots of games that need to be beaten.
I want to have conversations about them, though. And then conversations work better when you play the actual game.
You can talk to me about that when you fucking finish Baldur's Gate 3.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I played a fair amount of it.
But you didn't see
Act 3.
See, that's the problem with you people that, just like my uncle, that are, I want to play and buy new games and finish it. You don't finish it. So that's why I don't buy them either. You don't finish it.
I finished most of them.
What's the most recent game that you finished that came out recently? Within the last 3 years? It can't. 3 years, okay, sorry. Last year. Last 365 days. It can't be an indie game.
Last year I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What other game?
That's the second one, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my picks for
motherfucker. That's Final Fantasy. Of course you beat that. That takes precedence over everything. That's your favorite shit.
I wouldn't say it takes precedence over everything. I put it down for a while and went away for a couple months to play other stuff, and then I came back.
What takes?
I beat Path of Exile. Technically,
you can't beat Path of Exile. It's a fucking.
Technically, you did.
I didn't beat the
story of it. And the extra stuff. What else? What else have I been playing? What else did I play last year
that you beat?
What new games did I play last year? Because I played a bunch. I have to open up my fucking PlayStation because that's where I mostly play all this stuff. Baldur's Gate 3, I got to the third act.
Oh, I thought you guys got stuck in the second one. Never mind.
Well, I made it to the boss fight at the second act, so basically.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can pull up my list real quick. There weren't a lot of actually, that's something that we're gonna bring up right now in the main topic. But I'll save it for there. I beat Space Hammer.
Space Hammer?
I beat Space Marine 2. I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I beat Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. I beat what else is here? I didn't actually play Rise of the Ronin. I wanted to, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, of course, Elden Ring. That's fucking.
I beat Diablo 4. No, but that was Vessel of Hatred. I didn't play Vessel of Hatred.
Diablo. Lilith 1. That's the correct name.
I technically beat Hades 2. I guess you can't really beat it because it's an early access. Same shit you're saying about fucking Path of Exile. I didn't play any of much of the other games that released last year.
See,
I'd wanted to play them, but they didn't pierce my veil.
Pierce your cooch. Yeah. See, exactly.
But every one of them that I bought, I did beat last year.
What came out last? Okay, wait. I can give you one that I beat.
I technically beat Tekken 8 story mode. Does that work?
Tekken? Is that what you said?
Tekken 8.
Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, I can give you one example of games that I did. Oh shit, Sparking Zero. I didn't beat that either. I put it down because I got defeated online.
You beat fucking Vegeta story and said I'm out.
No, I got clapped by some fucking idiot online that was using a stupid meta. If it's a Star Wars game, I beat it the year it comes out. Yeah, that's my rule. I have to, unless I didn't play Outlaws because I have no interest in that game. But yeah, when in 2023 when Jedi Survivor came out, I bought that on launch and I beat it a month in the span of a month. So there are some games I play that I will beat as soon as they come out.
To be fair, I wasn't saying we need to play every game that releases.
No, I get
but
that.
We definitely should pick some that are being released, sooner than later.
They're not AAA, sure. They cost less. Yeah, okay. We could lull about it.
Motherfucker, I just said I will buy it for you.
How about you fucking buy me God of War Ragnarok? I swear to God.
Fucking or.
Give me Ragnarok. I need to finish the Kratos Atreus story for the Greek gods. God, they're the Norse gods. God damn it.
About it.
Huh?
I'll do it if you make a video about it.
I'm gonna stream it. That's enough video about it. You can fucking look at
I want a video. I want content.
Oh my God, that is content.
Palia. I didn't play Palia.
I played Palia. That shit was boring as hell. That was a disappointment. It was marketed as an MMO. It was marketed as an MMO when I was following it. It's not, because there's only 16 players per instance. That is not an MMO. That's a multiplayer game. MMO. I'm not getting into that. But point is, that shit was a disappointment. You can hardly team up with people. There's zero there's barely any combat. It was such a disappointment to uninstall that shit after a week. And I'm like, I like cozy games. Everyone knows I like fucking Farming Simulator and Stardew Valley, but that was terrible.
It's basically Stardew Valley.
It's not even close. It's not even close, because Stardew Valley it's not basically either. But yeah.
What else is there? I never played. I didn't get to play last year that I wanted to. The System Shock remake.
Oh yeah, that's on my wish list because I never played the original, and I know it's a good sci-fi horror, killing the demonic AI or whatever.
Yeah. I wanted to play Shin Megami Tensei 5, never got it. Shadow of the Erdtree I beat. Still haven't gotten Final Fantasy 16, but that's DLC. Technically I beat Once Human at the season it was at, so I guess that's 4.
Yeah, the point is new games. I know you want to buy them for me, but again, I still need to beat the games I currently have.
Trust me, that I would love to play games with my friends and do the things I would like to do, but at some point we probably should play something new and have a good conversation about those things. Those are fun. Plus, if you want, you can rip on it, and guess what? You got it for free, motherfucker. So
that's true. But I'd rather have God of War Ragnarok for free so I can finish the story. I'd rather have that. Better be the first thing you get from me,
motherfucker.
I've been patient for 2 years. I still don't have it. If you don't buy it, I'm gonna fucking buy it when it goes on sale later this year. God damn it!
It literally was on sale right now.
Yeah, but I'm playing other games, so I can't buy it. I'm tied up with money because I'm poor. So yeah, debt is great.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I need to play Silent Hill 2. I didn't buy it. I never did. I should have, but I haven't. Maybe I'll get it next month. Do a stream of that. Anyways, lots of games that came out, and lots of games I finished when I bought them. So fuck you.
I'm more picky, but anyway, yeah. So
let's see here. Well, there's a couple other news things. You could talk about Atomfall since I don't know too much about it.
I don't know too much about it either, but I just looked at the trailer and it looks quite interesting. It looks like a mix of, it's a survival post-apocalyptic game, so there's a lot of Fallout vibes there. minus the cool music of old decades and shit. But it looks entertaining. I mean, IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, which IGN usually with their ratings it's hit or miss. Usually if they rate something high, it means it's bullshit, according to the memes. But I mean, it looks fun to play. I don't think there's going to be any problem with it, in my opinion. It's very open world and survival FPS, post-apocalyptic.
Supposedly, I can't remember where the video I saw it was from, but they were saying that it's giving them hardcore Elden Ring vibes in the sense of the exploration.
That's what they
very minimalist in its map and like guidance, and kind of encouraging the player to,
which is sandbox,
explore its area around them, and kind of like,
which is great. I'd love to do that.
Enjoy the world that way.
It's made
we've
by.
Yet to see though how engaging that can be, because in Elden Ring, like, anytime I walked somewhere, I saw something, I'm like, I want to know what the fuck's over there. Like, I don't know what it was. It was an addictive fucking like code that invaded my brain, and I was just like, I need to go over there. I gotta go, and that's what dragged me across like all of the fucking map.
That's what I like about sandbox games. The developer is Rebellion / publisher. They're known for making the Sniper Elite games. So if you've played those, you know what kind of to expect with gameplay-wise as well as graphic-wise. I haven't played any of those, but I heard they were great.
We might not know what to expect gameplay-wise because it's gone to a first-person mode as opposed to the third-person. But I think we could say that maybe we know what to expect from the game, or for the gunplay in the game.
Yeah.
We can expect at least what I'm hoping for is we can expect a very solid and well developed gunplay from the game. I'm hoping it won't be like Fallout, because I hate the gunplay in Fallout. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, me too.
It's so bad.
They also
go.
Go.
I don't know, but like in terms of like action aspect, I think that Rebellion can do wonders with something, especially with a new IP like this.
They also developed with Sega Publishing Aliens vs. Predator video game, which I didn't know that. It came out in 2010. So yeah, most of their games have gotten pretty positive reviews from what I can see on Steam right now. So that's a good thing. So I can expect great things to come from Atomfall then, because I'd probably want to play that. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Well, you like Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I have two things for you.
Okay.
So Xbox published a blog image showing a new user interface mockup with a Steam tab, right?
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That's interesting. That is.
I mean, this kind of leaks into that whole handheld thing we were talking about last week, where we were saying the new Xbox handheld peripheral is envisioned to be this standalone thing where you use all your streaming and stuff. Like, what if you can stream your Steam library from that handheld?
That'd be cool. I love consoles or systems just overlaying each other. It makes things a lot easier and accessible for gamers. So I'm excited for if that becomes a real thing. It isn't just like, oh, I'm just throwing this idea in here, maybe it'll work. If it's a legit thing, I think that'll be a good thing for the gaming industry for sure. Because it's always a good thing to have everything just completely working together and whatnot to make things easier for people. Yeah, accessibility, that's the word I'm looking for.
I would have to assume it would be a limited library, maybe.
Not all
maybe
the games.
Something. It wouldn't be like your Steam library. It would be like a Games Pass style kind of like system out of Steam, where it's like you get these games from Steam because you have your Game Pass subscription or whatever,
Yeah.
Maybe on the consoles themselves, like the actual Xbox consoles, you'll get access to your Steam library in some facet, but then even then, like it makes me wonder about the functionality of the Steam Deck itself as a peripheral then too, as well.
Yeah. What?
Epic silence.
I don't have anything to add. I'm like, I agree.
Well, then, in that case, hopefully we can get some more clarification from Xbox soon about what we're looking at in terms of a Steam library on the console. We know that Steam and Xbox have been working very closely together in terms of getting their games across each other and being accessible like that. We've seen Xbox work with people like Riot, giving gamers access to things in Riot games such as Valorant, League of Legends, etc. So
too bad they can't fucking give us Fable 2 for fuck's sake. They've had it fucking on Xbox 360 forever. Give us Fable 2. I don't care about Fable 1 and 3. I've played that shit long enough. Give me Fable 2.
Another thing Xbox is working on is Phil Spencer mentions that the upcoming Minecraft film isn't going to be the last time we see a movie or TV show based on an Xbox IP. My question is, do you think it's Gears of War, and why can they make it, or how can they make it fail so bad like Halo?
How well, it could be Gears of War. Definitely Dave Bautista is not going to be fucking doing it because he's too skinny now. He's a vegan. And he's too old to play Marcus. But actually, I don't know how old Marcus is. But how can they fail just by doing what Halo did with Paramount and ignore the source material and try to make their own, instead of making their own while, embracing the source material, like the first season of The Witcher on Netflix or Fallout. Embracing the source material. Or you can make the best way to embrace the source material while making your own is making a brand new story while using existing lore just off to the side. It's like to me, it's like a side quest. That's what the Fallout show is. It's not really using any existing characters. It's making its own story in the Fallout universe by obeying the rules of Fallout, and it did successful. It was successful. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
The problem is with showrunners, they always want to, I want to be known for making this. I want to be, or writers or anything. I want to be known for making this better than this and this. But like I've said before, like my uncle's told me, you are not better than the source material. There's no fucking way you're better than the original writing of it. Otherwise, you would have made a book that's better than it or a script that's better than it, but you haven't. It's like Rings of Power. They thought they were better than Tolkien, but they're not. You can't be better than Tolkien. He's dead, and he's a successful writer. You're not. So stop trying to make shit in your vision and just obey the existing universe. It's not fucking hard. And then you can rise to fame because you are known for following the rules. It's that easy. But people are too dumb nowadays.
Nobody wants to follow the rules. That's just boring.
It's not boring. They had a success. I already mentioned it. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, if it is Gears of War, I don't have any faith in it because... One, I don't really care about Gears of War. I never did. I only played it for the multiplayer. I don't know any of the story. I don't care. And two, I don't really have faith in live action adaptations anymore unless they know what the fuck they're doing.
Let's take, for example, let's say I think Microsoft only has 2 current live action adaptations of their IP, right?
Halo and what else?
Fallout.
Microsoft
owns Bethesda.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Duh. Okay. Anyway, continue.
So, Fallout, amazing, great, done off of Amazon Prime. Halo, not so great, run off of Paramount. This could be done. This could be a problem with the writing crew, the producers, the whatever have you. It could be a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different people involved in making a television show that makes things different and changes the landscape of a lot of stuff. However, I think it has a lot to do with what you're saying about going by the source material. But if you look at Fallout, it was totally brand new. The only source material you kept were Easter eggs to the game and the vaults themselves.
But it's also how the story played out and how the rules in the universe operate. It's not like, here's a vault, everyone in here is fucking each other. No, that's just one vault. That's one vault. They didn't fuck it up by ruining the existing lore. They made their own story using existing lore. So that's how you do it. I
think it would have been fine, personally, to show Master Chief's face. I don't think they handled how the character development itself went about it, though. I think they added too much character into Master Chief's persona.
That as well, because he's supposed to be as stoic as hell and quiet.
If they had kept a bit more of that maybe a bit more, made him a bit more serious and given him less character development in that sense.
And not naked.
I know it sounds like a bad thing. Even the naked thing doesn't fucking matter, dude. Honestly, it comes down to the actual way you portray the character. And I love the actor, like he's a great actor, but his work with how they wanted to portray Master Chief, I don't think was necessarily the best rendition we've seen, you know?
Yeah. I mean, again, like I said this before, it's no problem acting through a helmet or a mask, because Carl Urban did it. Carl Urban did this shit with Judge Dredd. He was fucking badass. And Pedro Pascal, as the Mandalorian. He voiced in the entire role for Mandalorian Season 3. Yep. And he still delivered on how to be a fucking great badass, completely covered in armor. He didn't need to show his face at all. That's just to me, that's just another layer of acting, because they can't see your face, so you need to tell it with the rest of your body. That's a skill you need to learn as an actor. If you can't do that, the role should not be for you. If you can't have that in there, the writer shouldn't be fucking writing that in there. You should just ignore it. You just not have that done. So yeah, it did piss me off when he did take off his helmet. I'm like, this is not, we're not supposed to see his face ever. But yeah. I don't have any hope for if it is Gears or whatever live action.
I don't know if it's Gears. Maybe it'll be Fable. Who knows?
That's fine. Fable doesn't really have that much locked into it where you have to worry about source material. It's literally just a fantasy world that has a depressing theme over it almost all of the time. Oh, there's a great evil threatening the world. Oh, there's Bowerstone. There's places in the industrial city, and there's child labor and all this other bullshit that happens there that's fucking looked down upon and is bad for humanity. Okay, cool. Yeah. But usually it's just the story of some random person being chosen for an adventure and going out and saving Albion. That's all it is. It's hard to fuck that up. So I would be fine if they made a Fable live action, because it's just a typical fairy tale themed fantasy story.
There's a lot of space for them to grow with the story. A lot of space to be what's the word? Creative with.
What would be funny and creative is if what is the place called, the map room that you go to there to see the map and your armory and shit? Do you know the name of there? That'd be funny if they put that in a live action. Be like, oh, where does he put all of his gear? He just opens a portal and he appears in this area and the butler's just waiting there. He's like, oh, hello. That would be a great gamer Easter egg to throw in there.
I feel like that's borderlining, though. That in that way, I feel like that's borderlining on like Minecraft movie bullshit.
How?
I don't know. It just seems silly, a little too silly, a little too slapstick or.
But that's what Fable is. That's the comedy. There is slapstick in there. It's goofy.
It seems
it's
cartoony, a little too on the nose, but I don't know. Let's table that one until we get some more verification on that stuff.
Yeah.
But let's see here. We got 2 things we can talk about.
Yes.
2 things. Let's see. There's a way to put these 2 together somehow.
Like a pair of legs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with which of these topics do you feel more personal to?
I like the 2/3 one that you just brought up.
2/3 one, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because as much as I like the other 2, the one you brought up is more interesting for a longer debate or conversation.
All right. I mean, I wouldn't say. I was gonna say I wouldn't say it's like more of a debate. I think it's more of a
conversation.
More of a conversation thing that we can kind of dive into, and it
yes,
something we can pull out of that. But okay, let's go there first and see where we go.
Yeah.
So there was a recent study done, would you call it a study? More of a data report, essentially, on consumer habits. Not a survey, more of a report. Okay. A survey would involve people going out to people and asking them things. This is more of a hard data pulled from online sort of stuff. So this week at GDC, there was a report that was released that says that 2/3 of total PC playtime last year was on games that are at least 6 years old. This article I pulled from VGC was written by Chris Scullion. It goes on to say that a new industry report suggests that the vast majority of players' time is still spent on older games. In a talk during the GDC this week, Newzoo shared highlights from its third annual games industry report, which includes data on consumer habits such as spend and gameplay during 2024. The report notes that the majority of players continue to spend their time on older games last year, with a much smaller percentage of total playtime spent on games released in 2024. According to the report, last year, 67% of the total hours spent playing PC games was on games that are 6 years old or more, with the most popular examples being Counter-Strike 2 and Go, League of Legends, Roblox, Dota 2, and Fortnite. And a further 25% of that PC playtime was spent on games that are 2 to 5 years old, with only the remaining 8% spent on 2024 releases. There are some notes in here about the differences in console, where console has about 44% on PlayStation and 49% on Xbox, with the 6-year gap. But that's a lot of numbers, right? A lot of stuff going down, a lot of different things happening.
Yeah.
The overall playtime hours from the report says that it is growing, but it is but concentrated in AAA games and at times cannibalistic of each other. The battle for audience hours is fierce and near zero sum for most of these things. What's your pick on that?
I've heard this conversation pop up around the internet multiple times before, where people are like, oh, it even goes so far as to the meme for PC gamers where they'll spend $3,000. I'm guilty of this. Spend $3,000 on a computer. Mine was $2,300, and you play Minecraft. And that's the meme. And people are like, why are you playing Minecraft? Well, because I can load all these mods and everything. But the main point of the discussion is that people are playing older games instead of new ones. And that is, in my opinion, that's because older games are better. And because we know they're better. And even if players are going back to replay older games, we know what to expect because we've played them already. Me, for example, I know what to expect from Final Fantasy X. That is currently what I'm playing. That is way older than 6 years, and yet I'm playing it. Not just because I need to beat games in my library. Not just because I actually need to beat Final Fantasy X. Because I love playing the game. Because I know what to expect. A lot of AAA games nowadays are a fucking waste of money, and the proof of this, because there's a lot of shitty AAA games that come out. They look fucking fantastic, but then when they release, there's either bugs or it's not like what we expected. Assassin's Creed Shadows or whatever, for the most part with Ubisoft, but I'm like, I don't really expect Ubisoft to fix their bugs and shit. Or even Bethesda games, when they come out, it's like, it's bugs, modders will fix it. But there's another game. People still play Skyrim. Why do they still play Skyrim? Because you can mod it and make it better, and the game itself is still entertaining to the point where, and this falls into all old games in my opinion, where you could just turn it on and just jump right in. And you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And you just sit there for hours and hours and play a new AAA game. There's new stuff to learn that's completely new to players because whatever the developer decided to add in a new system or whatever, and you have to get used to it. Maybe you don't like it and you compare it to older games. I don't know. But the main point, in my opinion, is because older games were better. They were a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Or they had good teams knowing what to do to make 1 + 1 = 2 in the most simplest of terms, instead of 1 + 2 = fish, for fuck's sake, like today, where you have to just gamble and be like, oh, maybe this will be good, maybe this isn't. That's one reason too why I don't buy games on launch anymore, and I just wait for a sale or I wait for it to come out. I wait for it to be patched for a year, because older games, a lot of older games, I don't know where the cutoff mark is, were actually completed. They were completed. They didn't have a lot of bugs. They didn't need a wall of fucking patches to fix shit. They weren't rushed. They were passion projects by the developer. They were made perfectly, and they were accepted. Sure, there's games like Mass Effect 3 had shitty endings, whatever. I didn't have a problem with them, but it's still better than a lot of the AAA games I see that come out today, and a lot less problems with older games than the newer ones that I see today. So that's primarily why, in my opinion, a lot of PC players go back and play those. Plus, they also have access to them, whereas console players don't. They have limited access to older games due to either lack of backwards compatibility or lack of it being on the cloud for gamers to play. So yeah, that's my thought on it.
A lot of console gamers now, especially with the way that PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo themselves have been moving forward, they're realizing that the backwards compatibility problem is a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
They've made very big strides, I think, in terms of getting to a spot where they got their player base locked in good enough and trusting enough of them that they're able to now do those sorts of things. So we see a lot of let's say, aside from like remasters or HD remakes or whatever have you, older actual like ports of the game, so games from like PlayStation 1 era, PlayStation 2 era, being ported over onto the streaming services. Yes, it's not the same as getting an actual digital copy, physical, whatever you want to call it, an actual one-to-one of it, but it is something to an extent.
Yes.
And I think that the big reason for, like you said, people know what to expect. I think that is a big indicator of why people go back to it. A lot of games nowadays, and I think where I stand on the whole subject matter is that I'll use Assassin's Creed as a perfect example in my for my thoughts on this. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is just so vast. It is a huge map.
Oh yeah.
Sprawling islands everywhere that it takes literal hours to go around and do shit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen all the time because, like I said, I played Elden Ring. I loved the exploration of it. I dug hundreds of hours into that game easily. But the problem with things like Assassin's Creed is that it can be overstimulating to the player base. Sometimes, and maybe it was just us becoming old gamers now. Maybe we're the oldies now and we can't hang. But games from 6+ years ago were very straightforward. A lot of video games around that era and time were very much, this is what you get, this is what you do, enjoy. Get it and get out. Games nowadays have a million different mini games and a million different side quests and a million different places to go and do. That kind of tend to pull away the focus from the core experience of the video game and throw you into this giant, like you say, sandbox environment where you kind of, it's like a kid playing in a sandbox. Sure, I could make a castle, but I could also make a fish, or I could make a fucking jack-o'-lantern out of the sand or whatever have you. And it's like, well, now that I know I can do all those things, I don't fucking want to do it. And so people lose interest and you fall out. I did not beat Odyssey because I fell out of that. And I loved it. I thought it was a great game, but it was just so much to do in that game. There were so many things that would deter me from doing the main quest or force me to do something before I could do the main quest and then continue to just addle me on these like long-winded side quests that I'm just like, dude, I just want to play the game and get the story out.
Yeah.
And I think that's the major thing and difference. On top of that, just aside from that, I think that this year's statistics, as they say in the report, have to go to actual release strength. 2023 had a very strong release calendar with lots of very large titles.
Yes.
You had
Jedi Survivor.
You had Jedi Survivor. You had Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. You had Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. You had these very big titles, these big, grand, opera-esque kind of things that were big on the storytelling, big on the development, and big on the marketing as well. And they succeeded financially and, in the most common, basic way that you can think, the gamers loved it. This year, like we were going over earlier with games that we have played in 2024 and actually beat, the calendar list did not have that many big hits. There were a few, of course, yeah. There was some that I even didn't feel maybe deserve to kind of get beaten down that way. But like, if you look at 2024 versus the 2023 lineup, you have maybe, what is this? Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy, Dragon's Dogma, Space Marine. You had a total of maybe 10 major releases.
Yeah.
10 major original releases, not DLCs like Shadow of the Erd Tree, not Destiny 2 Final Shape. But a lot of the things that released last year were or Diablo 4 with Vessel of Hatred. There's a lot less oomph from this year comparatively. And not every year can be great. Not every no year is going to be 2019 all over again. No. There's no way. Like that was the golden year for video gaming. Like I shit you not. But even then, like fucking Sparking Zero, great on launch, absorbed. Everyone was absorbed with the game.
Me too.
A month, and then it dropped.
That's anime games in a nutshell, unfortunately.
And then we've got other games that came out in 2024 that just did not perform well at all. Either very middle of the road or just straight out trash. You had Skull and Bones, you had Star Wars Outlaws, you had Dragon Age Veilguard, you had Dragon's Dogma 2.
See, even Star Wars Outlaws does the thing that pisses me off with current games that older games don't, and that was it locked quest content behind a paywall. That was one of the dumbest things ever that I saw available. It's like, if you want these bonus quests and whatever, you're gonna have to pay an extra $20. No, put it in the fucking game. It's a quest. It's not a fucking suit of armor. It's not a brand new house or whatever. It's not a vehicle. No, put that in the normal game. The hell? That's one. Yeah, continue.
But Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Like so many games last year that released with these big grandiose ideas and ideologies behind them and just simply failed. For development reasons, for marketing reasons, for writing reasons, for all the above. You name it, it existed last year. There was a lack, and I think that definitely had a lot to do with why people are playing the older games as opposed to the games of this year. Because you look back to 2023, and like we were saying, you had a lot of big releases. You had the original Diablo 4. You had Street Fighter 6. You had Alan Wake 2. You had Jedi Survivor, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Armored Core 6, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry. Let me take that. Hi-Fi Rush. What? Well, you did have Forspoken. It didn't do well, but it was big. Resident Evil 4 remake. Remnant 2. What else is there? There's so many. Like Fire Emblem Engage, Octopath Traveler 2. Counter-Strike 2? Huh, I didn't realize
God, that was also
I didn't realize that released that year. Oh my god.
Or project, in my opinion.
I still think it's 2024. What's wrong with that? Sea of Stars released in 2023.
I need to play that.
Dead Island 2. Final Fantasy 16. Starfield. Like, just pound for pound. Just by the, like, Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty. There were just the Dead Space remake. I can go on. I can go on and on and on and on. And that's not counting the thousands upon thousands of indie games that released. You got of course. Fucking Blasphemous 2 released. What else? You had Party Animals. You had did Power World released last year? Or 2023? I don't remember. I think it was 2023.
When did Hi-Fi Rush come out?
Hi-Fi Rush came out 2023.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. You had these major hits, these super successes. And you look at like we just did, we compare it. 2024 had a major inability to release large scale games that really captured their audience. There were a handful, but there was like 10. I just named like 25. And that was just the major titles that were released. There was, 2023 offered a whole lot more, I feel, in terms of not only just like games of good quality or caliber, but also like games of multiple genres. Like there was a vast spread of things you could play. You wanted a looter shooter, you got it. You wanted a dungeon crawler, you got it. You wanted a fucking action adventure classic style, you got it. You wanted a side scroller, you got it. There was just a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that lack from that to previous from that year to 2024 is definitely a very large pivot point in terms of why gamers weren't playing stuff last year.
Yeah. I was going to add on too, where you're like, yeah, the older games are more complete. A perfect example of a recent game that's not 6+ years that did exactly that, but still had people bitching about it was Star Wars Squadrons. This was a game designed to be basically Star Wars Ace Combat, which they fucking delivered. They're like, there's your game. There's not going to be any DLC. There's not going to be any microtransactions. None of that. Here's your game. It's done. And people were like, why don't we have more Starfighters? You didn't want any. You wanted what we delivered, and we gave it to you, and you're still complaining? We're not going to give you anything. And so the player base unfortunately dipped, but which sucks because...
To be fair, the combat wasn't amazing either.
Yes, it was. For me, it was. As a Star Wars fan, I'm like, this is exactly how it should be. As
a nerd with the nostalgia, it was worth that. I played it too, and I enjoyed it for the time, but I played it for a little while, and after a while, I was like, the controls aren't all there. It is not as tight. It is not as tight as things like Ace Combat.
You played with a controller? You didn't play with a HOTAS. That's why.
even then, dude. Even with a HOTAS, like it's just there was a lag and a inconsistency with the controls themselves that didn't feel as precise as even things like Ace Combat does. Even things like Battlefield, like piloting in Battlefield, as arcadey as it is, still feels a little bit more true to form, in my opinion. But you're right, that is definitely a good like show of like we made the game, made it for a very specific purpose, complete.
People still bitched about it. Yeah. So I don't understand why that happens, because people can't ever... Actually, no, I do know why. Because people can never be fucking happy. But yeah, you know what to expect with games like that as compared to today, where you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. There's usually a new team working on shit because the old team either got fired or they left or whatever. And it's a dice roll nowadays. So you got to wait like a year for them to fix the game, because they get pushed out by the publisher. Hey, we need this game out now. We need this game by this time. We're not going to give you any more time. And the game turns out, mid or shit. It's unfortunate. But yeah, that's... Older games just got it. I mean, there's still people playing over Fallout 4. They'll still go play New Vegas. Despite how buggy it is, they still prefer that game to Fallout 4. I am in that pool. I don't give a shit about Fallout 4. The story bored the shit out of me. Fallout 3's story was far more interesting than Fallout 4's story. And I would still love to go back and play 3. I'd still love to go back and play New Vegas. I don't care about 4. I don't care about finding my long lost son. I don't give a shit about that. It's boring. And having the main character actually speak, I don't want to hear that. This isn't me. This is some voice actor voicing me. That was the great thing about those old Bethesda games, old BioWare games, is the main character didn't talk. It was all in your head, similar to the Master Chief effect, where you don't see his face. It could be any dude primarily because he's a guy, but still, it's all in your head, which helped sell the immersion of the story and whatnot. So,
yeah. Well, it is giving me less hope for 2025, but I know that 2025 does have some good stuff coming our way. So
it does.
We are 3 months in, about to start month number 4, and hopefully
Q2 is about to start.
Hopefully we can get into like the good juice of it, because summer season's here. Summer game season is big. It always has the big releases, just like fall. So the next few months, I think we can expect to see some better turnaround.
I hope
so. But we'll see. I feel like a lot of the industry too is moving towards that indie platform instead, making smaller, specific games that aren't these giant AAA, quadruple A fucking experiences. Will it work? I don't know. But you know what does work?
What?
Patreon.com.
Oh, does it?
And at Patreon.com, you guys could subscribe to us for just $1 a month. The videos,
Oh, you are. What the fuck is happening? Hold on. Technical difficulty. You roboted for a second after you said patreon.com.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
You were lagging.
At patreon.com, you can subscribe for $1 and you will get access to all of our videos, our pre-recorded shows, as well as a drop of the day and date for our audio. If you don't, that's fine. It's cool. Totally fine. I'm not hurt by it. But you can catch all of our stuff on all your streaming platforms the following Wednesday after we record.
Mm-hmm.
You can find the video on YouTube. And these places are that you look for us is For the Geeks Podcast, youtube.com/For the Geeks Podcast. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us at For the Geeks with 2 S's. You can follow us on Twitch at For the Geeks Games. I try to go on there and stream, but I usually stream on my own. If you want to follow me personally, you can find me on Twitch at Yo-Yo Ninja Boy. That's Yo-Yo Ninja Boy with 2 I's instead of a Y. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Yo-Yo Desu. YOYODSUU.
I always tag them in the posts.
Chris, where can they find you?
Wow, that sounds weird. You calling me that?
Yeah, I know. It is weird.
I'm like, I'm your brother. That's fine. I am Sniffles. You can find me at Seger Plays on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Instagram, or you can find me at Seger VFX, my art and primary Instagram page where I complain about people a lot and life in general, and talk about, fitness or action figures or whatever in my Instagram stories. For the
primary,
most part. Yeah, it is my primary.
My primary.
Shut up.
You enunciated that weird.
I did.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
But that I think is all we've got for today. We'll be back next week, folks.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have some information on the D&D stuff, and maybe you guys will tune in on Saturday to check it out.
I can't do Saturday. I posted that. Something came up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't even check yet. We'll figure it out. But
yeah. The following Saturday in April, we'll do D&D.
I think I can do that. Yeah. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe. Everything helps. Anything helps, keeps the lights on and the rooms running.
Does it?
So please enjoy yourselves. Have a safe week. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, game like you mean it.
Booby lips.